Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the human hormonal disorders. So we know anything which is in excess or in deficient will lead to a disorder. So let us discuss about the hormonal secretion, which may be hypersecretion or hyposecretion, which will lead to disorders. So let us discuss about the disorders of the hormones in hyper or hyposecretion. Let us start with the first gland, pituitary gland. So in pituitary gland, if the growth hormone, that is somatotropin, is released in excess, that is if it is hyper secreted, it will lead to gigantism. So gigantism is nothing but the excess growth, or you can say enlargement of the long bones like the hind limbs, or you can see the forelimbs. So which will appear like the person will be too taller, where he looks like a gigant. That means very excessive growth or abnormal long growth. It might be above 7 feet. And the other abnormality is called as acromegaly. If the somatotropin in adult is released in excess, it will lead to acromegaly, where we can see the enlargement of jawbone and the hands and all, where the person looks like a gorilla. Suppose the hormone is released in less quantity, that is hyposecretion of growth hormone, will lead to pituitary dwarfism. Here in pituitary dwarfism, we can see that the growth is retarded. So here the growth is retarded, the person is abnormal, he is short. And the other hyposecretion of pituitary hormone is ADH, which is called as vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone. So this hormone in the renal tubule will not be able to reabsorb the water, which leads to a disorder called as diabetes insipidus. In this case, there will be frequent urination. Let us take the other gland, thyroid gland. Suppose the thyroid gland secretes more thyroxine, that is hyperthyroxine, then it leads to a condition called as exophthalmic goiter. So in this exophthalmic goiter is caused because of the cancer in the thyroid gland, which will produce more thyroxine hormone. Here behind the eyes there will be formation of edema, where the eyeballs we can see protruded, and the person will be more anxiety. This is also called as Graves' disease or autoimmune disorder. Now coming to the hyposecretion of thyroxine. So hypothyroxine of thyroxine in a pregnant woman leads to cretinism. That is nothing but the baby who is born will be a dwarf, and even he will be mentally retarded. So there is a difference between the pituitary dwarfism and thyroid dwarfism. In pituitary dwarfism, the person is short but looks normal, whereas in the thyroid dwarfism, the children or child is small but he is mentally retarded. Then in females we can see that there will be very irregular menstruation. Next, coming to the other disorder is called as myxedema, where we can see the puffy face, and this person, the skin is also dry skin, where she or he will not be able to tolerate the cold conditions, and there will be mental impairment in such persons. And then coming to other disorder of the thyroid gland, that is if the thyroxine is released in less quantity, there will be enlargement of thyroid gland, where we can see the enlargement under the neck region. So this is called as simple goiter. Then coming to other gland is parathyroid gland. So this gland releases parathormone, we know that. If parathormone is released in excess, here it leads to renal calculi. That means if it is released in excess, there will be more calcium in the blood, which will lead to the calcification in kidneys. That means stone formation in the kidney. Then it also takes place reabsorption of bone matrix. Then if it is released in less quantity, that is hyposecretion, we can see it leads to a condition called as tetany. That means when there is a low calcium in the blood, the prolonged muscle contraction takes place, where we can see the stiffness of the muscles, where we can see here the stiffness of fingers and all. So this is called as tetany. So this is about the disorders. Let us discuss about other disorders in the next class. Thank you.